Wonderful, wonderful. Click on the next one. All right. So which one has anti-M specificity? So it's becoming more difficult as we move along. Is it Vicia villosa, Ulex europaeus, Vicia graminea, or Iberis amara? All right. Vicia graminea is the correct answer. All right, let's move on. Okay. So Friendeliza Onto is on fire. Okay, so second to last question. Common source of ficin: coconut tree, dates, fig tree, acacia tree. A lot of people answered the fig tree, which is pretty explainable. All right. One streak, four correct answers in a row. Wonderful, Friendeliza. Wonderful. So this is your last question. Which of the following has anti-A specificity except we're looking for someone who doesn't have anti-A specificity. So all of them are anti-A specific except, all right, Dilicious by Florus is the correct answer because Dilicious by Florus has A1 specificity. So that is the end of our game. Who are the top three? April, Jesly, and I think it's Friendeliza. I'm not, yeah. All right, with capital letters, with all caps. All right, so that's the end of our quiz show for today. Um, I know it's a very weird topic. It's not usually gonna be asked in the board exam, but some of the questions there are probably gonna be important for you guys, which we will find out later on. Right? So that's it. Oh crap, I forgot. Friendeliza, Jesslyn, and hopefully Friendeliza and Jesslyn got their. Wait, let me see. Mhm. Yeah. So wait, let me go back to the podium. I need to print screen because this is a cumulative event. So yeah. Okay. Congrats. Let me print screen that thing because I will add that to next week's Kahoot game. All right. Thank you guys for playing. All right, so we can begin our discussion of ABO blood groups. All right, thank you guys. All right, thank you guys for playing. Congratulations. Friendiza.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, Jess Lee. Is it Jess Lee? And then the other
Yes,
one
Jesse.
is
Thank you
who's the
po,
other
sir.
one? I forgot the other one. Who was the other
April
one?
Blandas po.
Ah, okay, April. So the three of you will be in the running for next week's um, prize, I suppose, if you attend. But yeah, let's continue with our discussion for today. I think this will be the second to the last discussion that we will talk about. And this is the most important blood group system that you will encounter in the blood bank. Why? Because the minimum amount of mismatched ABO blood that can cause in Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Ah, okay, okay, good. I seem to have come up with that same problem from the morning. But yeah. All right, so our discussion is the ABO blood group system. We're gonna talk about them and why it is the most common because the immediate hemolytic transfusion reaction is from this blood group, and the smallest amount, as small as zero point 0.1 ml of mismatched blood can actually cause a hemolytic transfusion reaction. And the ISBT number of the ABO blood groups is number 1 or 001. What is ISBT? Basically, this is a number that is designated to blood groups based on the number of their discovery. So because ABO was the first one to be discovered, it is number 1. And is it important in the board exam to remember this one? This for ABO it is because it is designated as number 1. Now, let's move on to the antigens. What antigen is present in in patients of type O individuals? Now, I'm gonna ask a question in the class. What antigen is present on on the on the blood cells of type O individuals? Anybody? All right, I'll give choices. Is it A antigen? Is it B? Or is it H antigen? Anybody in the chat? You have choices. Thank you, Gina. All right. All right. All right. Everybody's in consent.
H anti
Okay, thank you for shouting at my ear, Zyrene.
H antigen.
Thank you for shouting in my ear, Zyrene. Thank you. It means that you're all right. So wonderful, guys. All of you guys know that it is H antigen. Now, we need to talk about when it begins because when the production of these antigens begin because in the human body it's important to know this because you will receive blood samples from all walks of life and to be more specific the youngest production the start of the production begins at conception, specifically at 37 days of fetal life. At the 37th day of fetal life, 5 to 6 weeks of fetal life, you can just count if you remember 37 degrees 37 degrees to like 37 days, just count 7 days, and then that's the equal, just multiply it, just divide it by 7, and that's basically the equal. Okay, that's the equivalent. Now, the peak of ABO antigen, which means this is the maximum amount of, or the maximum amount of ABO antigens is being produced, is going to be produced starting at what age? At 2 to 4 years of age. All right. So for newborns and neonates, it is going to have a weaker expression of the ABO anti they're going these are the patients that are going to have a weaker expression of the ABO antigens. All right? Okay, clear? But for babies, maybe toddlerhood, I think this is toddlerhood. So they will have complete maximum or peak production of ABO antigens. Okay? Now, aside from RBCs, what cells express ABO antigens? I mentioned it before in our discussion. Can somebody give me a cell, a blood cell to be specific, that that expresses ABO antigens? Anybody in the chat? Platelets, very good. All right. Who else? Lymphocytes, says Gina. All right. Cool, cool, cool. We need one more. Give me another cell. And this time a cell. So epithelial cells is the last one. All right. So it doesn't matter if you read it in advance, read the flashcards in advance, as long as you're participating, that's good enough for me. So usually these are the cells um, that have ABO antigens. But there are a ton of cells that produces it in the human body. But we're not gonna nitpick on everything. We're just going to check out lymphocytes and platelets because they're commonly. Hello? Okay, so now what is the ABO gene that is considered as an amorph or and not or and an autosomal trait? The O gene. Yes, Zyrene is correct. The O gene is actually the one that doesn't have